Hey, I'm Jessica from the Experience family. We're a family of four who loves traveling together and who values experiences over things. Our most recent trip was to Savannah. We stayed at the Alita Hotel for one night and the JW Marriott for another. In a future video, we're going to be comparing the hotels and talking about which one we liked more, but for today, we're just going to be giving you a peek inside our trip. We started off at the Alita Hotel, and that is on Williamson Street, which is right behind River Street over in the entertainment district. So if you haven't been to Savannah before, River Street is one of the best places to go and walk around, so I highly recommend going there. We decided to splurge on the penthouse so we could have a great view of the city and the river as well. So we were up on the 5th floor. And something that's kind of nice, there is a rooftop bar in the hotel, and so they do require that you swipe your key card in order to be able to get to the floors for those who are staying at the hotel. Now, my kids get really excited about the water that they have. So at the Alita, they give you your own water bottle to keep for your stay. And they have 3 different types of water. I believe one is a warmer water, one is room temperature, and one is cold. So my kids always get really excited about that and filling up their water bottles. Shortly after arriving, we had our pictures taken in Forsyth Park. I unfortunately don't have any footage of that from this trip, but I am excited to share those pictures later on social media. We decided to eat in because we wanted to enjoy our rooftop and the view. So we got takeout from Flock the Walk. It's Asian cuisine, and I highly recommend it. We started our day off at Black Rifle Coffee Company, which is an easy 2-minute walk from our hotel. Black Rifle is a veteran-owned business operated by principled men and women who honor those who protect, defend, and support our country. I got the Liberty Bell, which is a vanilla and caramel latte, and it was really good. My kids enjoyed the hot cocoa, which we had made with almond milk. We enjoyed looking around the store, and my husband grabbed some coffee to take home with us because there was such an impressive selection. Our next stop was River Street Marketplace. It's an open-air shopping experience on River Street. The kids had a lot of fun looking around inside, but honestly, we probably would skip this one if we went back to Savannah. We didn't really see anything that was too special here, and it just kind of seemed like your average flea market. You might disagree if flea markets are your thing, but we just didn't feel like this stop added too much to our stay. After that, we headed to one of our favorites, Savannah's Candy Kitchen. Upon walking in here, you're able to sample a freshly made praline, and I highly recommend doing that. They're so good.
Hi, good. I'll take them. Yes, thank you.
It really feels like you're stepping back in time here in this store, and it's such a neat vibe. There's all sorts of candy, and there's even a toy train that's circling above you. We're not big candy people, but I usually let my kids pick out a few pieces of taffy here, and they get really excited about that. After that, it was time for us to wrap up and head on over to our new hotel room at the JW Marriott. Luckily, this was just right across the street, so it was an easy switch. We were greeted with a glass of champagne upon our arrival, which was a really nice touch, and our room was ready, so we were able to head on up right away. We had a riverview room, and we really enjoyed looking at the water and watching the boats go by during our stay. The lobby at the JW Marriott is one of the coolest we've ever seen. It's full of fossils and crystals and even has a dinosaur scavenger hunt for the kids. So we honestly spent a lot of our time just looking at and exploring the lobby. The next day, we started off with some breakfast at the hotel, and then we set off to do a carriage ride around downtown Savannah. We use Savannah's carriage tours and would highly recommend them if you're looking to do a carriage tour around Savannah. It's really a great way to see lots of the city that you wouldn't otherwise get to see just by walking around. After our carriage tour, we headed back to the hotel, and the girls decided to cool off in the fountains that are right outside of the JW Marriott. This reminded me of the splash pads that we saw sprinkled all over Quebec City, and we really love these because they're such a great way to cool off on a hot day, and my kids just jumped right on in with their clothes on. Before heading out for the day, we headed over to Broughton Street to do some shopping and grab some ice cream at Leopold's. Leopold's is a pretty big deal in Savannah, and you're always going to find a long line there. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I would probably grab some ice cream from somewhere else just because it can be pretty brutal to stand out there in the sun for a long time just for ice cream. I did really appreciate that they had some dairy-free ice cream options since my daughter has a dairy allergy though. And I'm glad we did it, but it's just something we probably won't do again on a future trip. We headed back to the hotel and made a wish to the fountain before heading back home. We really loved our trip to Savannah, and we already have another one planned, and we cannot wait to go back. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe.